Okay, good evening, everybody. Ryan here from Mr. Rau's Gaming Rant. I guess it's just Mr. Rau's Gaming. I don't do the rants and reviews thing anymore. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, how is everyone doing tonight? This is unfamiliar territory for me. I'm just trying out something new. So hopefully things are looking good. Hopefully things are sounding good. Just let me know if, you know, what's going on. I'm just going to call it episode 1 of Talking Tabletop, where I'm just going to literally just talk about whatever I want, and hopefully people enjoy what I have to say and what's going on in Mr. Rao gaming land and whatnots. So if you're in the chat, ask me anything at any point in time. I'll try to answer any questions you may have about anything I'm going to talk about. I got a very loose structure just to kind of, keep me on track. Hopefully this thing doesn't take, you know, a lot of time and whatnots. So all I've got, it's kind of scheduled to talk about tonight will be just kind of like, some games that have caught my attention that I have acquired lately. So some new to my collection things. I do have a game that I am going to unbox tonight. Really quite excited for something that I recently picked up, and I'm going to unbox it here tonight. I'm going to maybe talk about some crowdfunding projects that are out there right now, and I'm probably also going to talk about maybe a little bit of news that that's caught my attention. But I would be really interested if you're in the chat, if there's anything, news related that you want to bring up that I maybe am not aware of, or do you know what? Are there any crowdfunding projects that are on your radar that maybe I haven't heard of? I could probably check those out on the stream tonight. Literally, I want to talk about tabletop gaming, board gaming, and anything that is on there. So what do we got? We are here. What are my thoughts on Catan? Okay, welcome Dom to the chat. My thoughts on Catan is I love it. Honestly, I do. It's one of those. It's still a fantastic game. I still enjoy every single one of my plays that I ever get to. Whenever I do get to play it, and I do get the chance to play it with some friends, we still have a ton of fun on it. Yeah, I know it's like I really call it like probability simulation, like the board game. But hey, I am a math teacher at heart here, so I love a good probability simulation, like the next person. So, yeah, that's literally my thoughts on Catan. I still enjoy it. And I haven't even played with most of the expansion material, so I've I haven't really scratched the surface about what's all on what Catan could possibly offer. I'm actually really intrigued. Actually, I'm really intrigued by the which one version of it? I'm actually really intrigued by the Game of Thrones version. I do want to try that one out at some point in time, and a friend of mine at work here thinks that Starfarers of Catan is probably one of the better versions, and that is still a version that I have yet to try out. So that's what I want. I don't know. Hopefully that answers. Those are my current thoughts on Catan and whatnot, and hopefully I find something that I want to, explore some of those other versions. Okay. Something that recently that I've picked up, if you would have joined me on Tuesday night I played G.I. Joe, the deck building game from Renegade Game Studios. On the stream, it was a very unsuccessful version of the game, but it's a great cooperative game. And something that I have picked up recently is that I actually picked up the expansion to it, which is G.I. Joe, the deck building game, Shadow of the Serpent expansion. This is something that I am. You know what? Maybe let's start playing around. Let's start playing around with camera angles here. I'm still getting used to. I'm gonna get used to this here. Let's put this camera on and take this camera off. Here, did that work? Nope, that didn't work. What happened? What happened here? That one's on. That one is... Nope. What's going on here? What the heck? I literally had this working like seconds ago. Turn it on. FaceTime cam. Where is my... Oh, that's why. I accidentally switched the source on it. There we go. Try this. And... there we go. I accidentally switched the source on that one camera. So, yeah, there we go. So Shadows of the Serpent expansion for the G.I. Joe deck building game, recently acquired. Yeah, can't wait to bust into that one. It's a really, really cool game, and I can't wait to see what this exploits. It adds more missions. What does it say here? Oh, yeah, there we go. It says 30, if you see it there, 36 mission cards, and a command center. I'm really intrigued by the command center expansion piece to this one. So, and then more leaders and more main deck cards and whatnot and everything. So it's a small box expansion. I believe all of this content, all of these cards are going to fit inside of the main box to G.I. Joe, the deck building game. So I'm actually really eager to try to get this one to the table. I'm actually probably going to try to get it this weekend and whatnot. And on that same note too, a couple weeks ago, I also streamed the Transformers deck building game. And I am proud to say that I am now the owner of the first big box expansion, which is Transformers, the deck building game, A Rising Darkness. And it's got the really cool art, Transformers classic style. Really, really, really love Transformers. And this is a standalone expansion, because in this one, Rising Darkness, is that you get in the core game, you got to play as the Autobots taking on Decepticons, and this one is the flip-flop version where you get to be the Decepticons taking on the Autobots, which is, I think, going to be really, really, really kind of cool, because I believe if you own the original set and you also own this particular set, this other big box expansion, you can now, I would say you can properly play this game competitively. There is competitive mode already inside the base game, but in my experience, it's not very good. It's not very good. I didn't like the fact that Autobots were competing with Autobots. Maybe it makes a little bit more sense in this one, because the Decepticons are always fighting amongst themselves and whatnot. So, the competitive mode, but now you can actually, with this box and the core box, you can play team modes, or you can actually just play straight up Decepticon versus Autobots, and I think that's really going to fix the one main competitive issue I had with the original game. The cooperative game, the cooperative mode is actually fairly good here. So yeah, I'm excited to try this one out. I want to try out a competitive mode of a Decepticon versus Autobots, and I want to try out with these Decepticon powers, and whatnots and everything. Okay, welcome Autobot here. He says, I've been getting into D&D lately, and I want to know the best strategies. Any advice? So I'm an old school. I'm gonna try to. Okay, let's try this again here. I'm gonna try to bring back my camera. Do this perfect like that. Take off this one. Best advice I can say getting into D&D. Now, way I would actually probably how I would want to answer this one is, are there any local groups around you? I know that there are some local groups here in Saskatoon that get together at a local gaming store, and they have like their oh gosh, they don't call it D&D night. Now I can't remember exactly, because they do run. There's other groups that run other campaigns. Maybe there's something around you that's very similar. Ask the local gaming groups. We have a Facebook group here in Saskatoon. Here, the Bridge City Board Gamers community. Always looking for players and whatnots and everything. But if you're wanting to get into D&D, I would highly recommend picking up. What is it that Norm from the Cardboard Conjecture podcast, he reviewed a while ago. There, I believe there's a thing called the starter set, and I believe there's enough material in there to kind of really get you going. And if you really want to kind of maybe want to pick up or take a look at the Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook, just to kind of take a look at some lore, take a look at how to do some character creation. Very popular YouTube series and other channels out there like Critical Role, if you want to kind of really explore kind of some of the things that are what's all involved in here. Like I haven't played Dungeons and Dragons in a very, very long time, and I haven't played any role-playing games in a very, very long time. So I don't know if I'm the best person to ask for advice when it comes to when it comes to role playing games. Welcome, Austin. Yes, Mista Rau. Hope you're doing your homework, sir. Make sure you're doing your homework. Best way to getting into role playing, I don't know, get a group of friends together. Get a group of friends together, and maybe you guys all split in on a player's handbook, and you find a local group or something like that. Watch some videos. That's probably I got into it because friends were playing it, and that's how I really explored into it. So if you have some people around you, welcome to the show, Seth. Hello, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing okay here. I'm not exactly sure what the format of the show, how it's going to end up taking, but you know what? Hey, I am always down for trying something new. What else is new to my collection here? This is a big one. This is a fantastic game that my wife and I have started playing. Strictly 2-player here, and I'm going to just switch the screen over once again. Bear with me. Apologize for my setup isn't the fanciest. Everything's controlled just through my phone here, but that is okay. I'm just going to switch over here because we have been playing this game from AEG and Peter McPherson. We've been playing a lot of Wormholes, which is, oh my goodness gracious, a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. It's a smaller boxed style game, and essentially it's a pick up and deliver game. But pick up and deliver is set in space, and you have to be using these wormholes to jump across the galaxy to try to make your deliveries, faster than others, and try to gain your victory points before the timer runs out and everything like that. So this is a lot. I'm actually going to show it because this one is open already. This is not unboxing, but I am taking a look. I want to take a look at, because one of the things I really thought was a really cool component to the game were that they actually made these chips. They actually made these chips, and they're nice quality, like plastic style chip, nice and thick. It doesn't feel, they don't feel wooden. They feel lighter than wood. They feel plastic, but they do have a very nice tactile feeling. And these are the components. These are the chips that they use to represent the wormholes on the board. Welcome. M is for Meeple. You've been wanting to play, or trying to get my fiance to play Wormholes. They will be, I think, pleasantly surprised. I believe they will be pleasantly surprised with this game. It is actually fairly simple. The rule set is not I would say it's not a complex rule set at all. The rule book actually does a pretty darn good job in getting things going. Because I'll try my best right now to explain exactly what's going on, because you essentially got 3 action points, and those action points can be used for movement. That's pretty much what it is, moving around the board using those action points. But everything else is done through these, what they refer to as free actions. I'm going to try to bring it up here. Everything else has been done through free actions, and that is, putting out more wormholes and going through the wormholes, dropping off passengers, and passengers are just literally represented with a deck of cards. There's just a deck of cards with different planets on them. You try to visit those planets, drop them off, and everything like that. And using map features, there are different planets, different features on the board. Nice little reference card right here of what kind of goes on, what's going on, certain different features on the board. It plays quick. If that is any bonus to wanting to introduce somebody to this style of game, it plays fairly quickly. Especially if you try it out at 2-player right off the get-go. They advertise, where is it on here? Side of the box here. Yeah, they're advertising 45 minutes as a playtime. Our few games at 2 players so far, I'm assuming 45 minutes is going to be the full 4 and 5 player count games, because 2-player games have been wrapping up in maybe 30 minutes if we get to that. So I highly recommend checking out Wormholes. Pretty nifty little take on the pick up and deliver mechanic. And yeah, very, very nice components. The tiles, I guess we can show off what the tiles are. Very nice big tiles. This is the starting tile, depending on your player count, and then just very nice tiles. They're all double-sided to add in variety to the game. There's a couple tiles at the bottom here that you would only use in 3 and 4 player games. Yeah, Wormholes. It's I know what convention was just recently. Gen Con. I believe that this game generated a little bit of buzz at Gen Con, and I think it's warranted. It's pretty darn good. And Peter McPherson made another game that we really enjoy, Tiny Towns, also released published by AEG. And man, those are two. If there were only 2 games to his name, I'm not sure if he has more games out there. But if Peter McPherson only had Tiny Towns and Wormholes, it's a pretty darn good catalog to get your gaming design career on. So those are what's new to my collection. Brief little teaser of what's coming up on the channel in a couple of weeks is in 2 weeks' time. Rob from the Meeple Dungeon podcast, he's going to be joining me on stream, and we are going to be playing some more one of our favorite dueling card games, which is Ashes Reborn. And these packs just made it into retail distribution up here in Canada. So we are really looking forward to taking a look at what these 2 decks here. We've got the Queen of Lightning expansion pack, and I believe the Phoenix Born here is Daimona Odenstar. So she's going to be using, I'm assuming with the name Queen of Lightning, it's going to be quite an aggressive style deck. Really excited to try that out. And we've got the Artist of Dreams, which will probably be more, this is what Hope Everthorn is her name. And I'm going to assume that this is going to be more of a manipulation and maybe some sort of control style card game. Ashes Reborn, if you want to check out some gameplay of that, Rob and I actually played a while ago on the channel. You can probably go take a look at through the playthroughs playlist. We did play the previous two pre-con decks that were just released before these ones, and now we're going to play as these two new ones to kind of give everybody a sense of what's going on. Ashes Reborn is probably, where is it? Maybe I'll pull it out here in case people are not familiar with the style game. Oh, there it is. Oh. Ashes Reborn is a really fantastic game. If you can find this starter set, there's a lot there's a lot good stuff inside of this starter set, and especially if you like games like just any type of dueling card game, Magic the Gathering maybe a little bit or stuff like that. This is one of the good ones. I really super enjoy this game. Dom here is asking, have you ever tried Sagrada? And yes, we have played Sagrada. I'm going to switch over the camera once again here, just to go right there. Perfect. And I can take off this one. Yeah, Sagrada is it's a top 50 game for us, 100%, because man, everything about it. Where do I have it? Do I have it handy here? Where is it? It's not handy right now, but Sagrada is a top 50 game for us. It is, it's just so good. The dice drafting in that game is it's wonderful. Really like that the decisions are that it's more of a snake draft where it's like, hey, I choose one, then my wife chooses two, then I choose one. If you're playing it as a two-player style game, if you're playing it with 4 players, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1 dice draft. Really enjoy it. My wife likes to refer to it as Sudoku with dice, which she's not far off because of the placement restrictions on how you place them down. I really enjoy this one, which is interesting enough that you actually bring that up, because if I go, I actually had this as part of my show that I wanted to talk about, is that coming up in crowdfunding, or on crowdfunding right now, is that you can see that we have Sagrada Artisans is actually on crowdfunding right now. And this is a game that I had queued up here because I'm actually really interested in this campaign. But let's just jump right into it, because somebody brought up Sagrada, and I am actually really interested in this Sagrada campaign. Of course, it's designed by Daryl Andrews, it's a fantastic. He's a Canadian designer, A+, and everything like that. Speaking to a tune of right now in Canadian dollars, it's 187,000 funded, just shy of 1,600 backers. We have only got 7 days to go. This one I was actually surprised that didn't catch fire. Okay, this campaign did not catch fire. I don't think as way as they think, but let's just kind of take a look at it. 2 to 4 players, 60 minutes. This seems a little on the long side for a Sagrada game, but I guess that's probably also taking into account probably some of the setup things, some of the quote-unquote the legacy things, so this is going to be a legacy experience. So you can see the envelopes and these kind of like these nice coil bound books that I think that is your component that you will be working through, and that you'll be coloring your stained glasses as you play through. Going through it here, Tantrum House looks like they have a quote. So much more than just a roll and write. Oh my goodness. Thank you for clarifying that. Choose strategic paths. Construct the cathedral through your in-game choices and unlocking new powers and whatnots. Tool cards evolve as you're going. Discover dozens of secrets held in crates and envelopes. I'm a sucker for legacy style games. I really am. My City, a legacy style game, competitive game, really caught our attention this past year, and man, oh man, it was really good. I would highly recommend if you want to check out My City. Really good. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, the player journals, which are these kind of coil-bound books that you're going to be probably playing through. And then you got the dice that are slightly larger than the Sagrada dice that came in. So, nice big chunky dice. We got the story deck because, legacy, have to have story and whatnot. I really actually like that they actually include the set of colored pencils, or what we call them in Canada, pencil crayons. Here in Canada, I like that. Kickstarter bonus gets you 3 extra sets. They're really on to this. These Kickstarter extras back now, but you know what? I can get pencil crayons at the store. And I can also get a pencil sharpener at the store. But I guess I won't have a Sagrada themed pencil sharpener because, that's super important for the style of this game. Foiled legacy stickers. 3 box, the organizers. Booster pack of windows. Legacy, yeah. More to explore. It really looks really good. I really do like what's going on here. I would say most people are going to skip over this thing, the $250 customizable deluxe dice tower. Yeah, that I want, if I want my dice tower customized with for $250, I'm going to have like gold plating, maybe a little platinum in there. It's got, colorway will be customized by you. Yeah, this is just a way to grab dollars, in my opinion. I don't know how many people are actually going to add on a $250 custom deluxe dice tower. Let me know in the chat here. Like, would you please tell me, are you a crazy person that you would pay $250 for a custom deluxe dice tower for your copy of Sagrada? I'm interested. Okay. See some videos there. Get a campaign reset kit if you want to play it over again. It's really quite interesting. Window pattern booster pack. Reward tier. So here we go. We're going to get $75. Gets you just the standard, just the game. But for $130, you can get also the reset kit and the additional window pattern booster packs, saving you $10 overall and everything like that. Seems pretty okay. The prices for these things, it's really just a bunch of paper that you're coloring on and some dice and whatnot. So I don't know if the value is here just yet. The price point of this game does seem a little on the higher end for maybe the game experience that we are going to get, but I don't know. Maybe I might be out to lunch here. The Kickstarter bonus window pattern pack designed by. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we got that. And this is actually pretty cool that they actually have a coloring contest, which I think is. Oh my gosh, is it closed already? Wait, let me just bring that up here. Coloring contest. When does this actually close? Might be actually right away here. Oh, okay. So the submission deadline for the second round of things is going to be coming up here September 23rd. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow night at midnight Central. And then looks like there's going to be a third one here where you can option. It's this window pattern. It's actually really quite relaxing to try to color. I've got one that I've started upstairs. Not ready to share yet, but I'm going to actually hopefully that I get it in there in time. But the coloring process is actually pretty kind of cool. Okay, and then they're going to teach us how to play, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'm really interested in this campaign. I'm interested in this game, but I don't know if I'm going to commit my dollars right now or if I'm actually going to wait for it to show up in retail. I'm not really jazzed about any of the Kickstarter exclusives or extras and whatnot that are coming up in this game. So I might just have to save my pennies elsewhere. Let me know, am I crazy on that? Am I crazy about whether or not I want to, save my dollars on this campaign right now? It does seem pretty neat. It does seem pretty interesting. But I don't know. I don't know about this one. I really want to play the game. We really, really enjoy Sagrada. I think we would really enjoy a Sagrada Legacy game. I don't know if I want to commit my dollars right now or if I'm just going to wait for retail. Anybody else in the chat? Have anybody taken a look at this particular campaign, or are you interested in Sagrada Legacy style? It does seem pretty neat, but I don't think that the Kickstarter exclusives are 100% worth it. Oh, you can watch a whole bunch of videos. You can watch a whole bunch of videos of people playing this game. And there's a detailed look. Shipping, of course. Shipping. $30 Canada seems pretty, standard these days. It costs me $30 to ship literally. Whoops. Costs $30 to ship anywhere in Canada, anything, so. All right, that's Sagrada Artisans. I'm interested in it. I'm actually really, really interested in what it has to offer. But hey, that's that. Okay, what's next? What do we want to talk about next? I've got a few other things that I have kind of like queued up just in case. But I wonder what do you guys want me to chat about? I'm literally game to try to talk about anything as long as I know maybe a little bit. If I know a little bit about it, I guess. I don't know. I do have a few other things coming up, and I do have a new purchase that I will open up for the first time tonight. A game that I'm really, really excited for, that I'm hoping to get played this weekend. I'm just gonna create some space here, clean up some of these other things that I think. Wormholes, check it out. Really, really like it. It's a good one. Put that aside. Transformers, G.I. Joe. Love them. I'll get those on stream again sometime soon because I really enjoy the games. Oh. Coming up on Tuesday night, Norm from the Cardboard Conjecture podcast and good friend of mine is going to be joining me on stream. We are going to be playing Wingspan that has just been released recently on Board Game Arena. We're going to check out the Board Game Arena implementation of Wingspan and play through a game. And yeah, join us for that one. It should be a really good time. Wingspan was a really, really surprise hit game for me and everything like that. Okay. Thank you, Autobot. Autobot is asking about what's your all-time favorite board game. Mine's Exploding Kittens. And Exploding Kittens is actually really, really fun. My son is actually really started to enjoy Exploding Kittens. And it comes out on family game nights. Actually quite regularly. Thanks for sharing what yours is. My favorite game of all time right now, it bounces back and forth between a couple, but currently I would say that there's a card game out there right now. It's referred to as Arkham Horror, the card game, and it's set in this fantastical world of Cthulhu and H.P. Lovecraft's works and everything that. And it is a narrative style card game that I really, really enjoy. I've spent way too much money investing in all of the expansion content. I don't even know. I have this massive. I don't even know if I can bring it on the table. I got this massive storage container of thousands upon thousands upon thousands of cards that I have for this game, and I enjoy it. It's a blast. Arkham Horror, the card game, it's really, really good, especially if you're into that kind of mythos style. It's not a game for everybody, though. It's definitely not a game for everybody. The other game that flip-flops between my number 1 and my number 2 spots is this little 2-player game that my wife and I really, really enjoy and play, and that is a game called Targi. Maybe I should actually. I'm gonna bring these up on. I'm gonna bring these up on Board Game Geek as I'm talking about them here. Board Game Geek, and I'm gonna type in Targi right now. There it is, Targi, and I will put that up on the screen here. There we go. Oh, and unlock this one. So yeah, Targi here is a fantastic 2-player only style game. 60 minutes if you're playing, slowly, everything like that. But essentially, it is, you got this grid of cards here, and you kind of have these little people that get placed. One player plays blue, one player plays white, and you kind of place these people along the edge border of the game board, and yeah, wherever you put your people, and then all of a sudden you see that there's other kind of more cylindrical discs get placed in the middle 9 spots, and they are the intersection points of where you put your outside people. And essentially everything that you put down on these cards, you get to take some sort of actions. And the resource management in this game to convert things into points and to convert things and use special powers. Oh my goodness. There's a lot going on, but man, oh man, it's pretty darn good. Highly recommend checking out Targi, especially if you're looking for a 2-player only style 2-player style game. Those are my so Arkham Horror, the card game, and Targi seem to bounce back and forth for me on what is my favorite. What's my favorite game at any particular time. Okay, put those ones down. Does anybody have anything else that they are looking to ask at any point in time? I'm going to start getting my unboxing game ready to go here. Just as people are kind of, as we're just kind of getting, as we'll get ready to that. Oh, and I need a sip because I've been talking a lot. Oh, that feels good. It was a long work week. Tell you that one. There's a lot of things that were not going my way this week, so I'm so glad. Today was technically our kind of like at work here. Today is technically our kind of like our Friday. Students have no school tomorrow. As the staff at our school, we're going on a retreat tomorrow, so I'm actually excited for that because the afternoon we kind of get some free time, and anytime we do a retreat, I pack a bag full of games and I introduce some people to some new things, and I introduce them to. I just take a bag of like a whole bunch of like little card games, things that a lot of people can play, get a lot of social interaction with people. I have a blast doing it, so I'm getting really excited for our retreat for our retreat tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to switch over my screen here. And I'll take off. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm putting this one back on. Bear with me. I'm still working out the kinks on this thing here. There we go. That's what I want. Yeah, so I have a game here that I've had my eye on for a very, very long time, and I have no idea why I've never pulled the trigger on it until now. Until a good friend of mine, it's become a really good friend of mine over the past number of months. David Rodriguez from the All Games New and Old YouTube channel. He's come on now a whole bunch of different times on my stream, and I've had to talk to him. And he went on the Cardboard Conjecture podcast with Tim from the Board Game Hot Takes podcast. They did a segment that they usually refer to as the Hype Train, which people come on the show. They talk about games that need a little bit more love, or some games that may have been gotten a little lost in the shuffle of all of the games, the thousands upon thousands of games that get released every year. And he talked about Starship Samurai. And I'm glad he did, because I've had my eye on this game for quite a while. And I think he might have just finally pushed me over the edge on purchasing this game. And actually, it took a little bit for me to find. It's not readily available, but I did find a copy that was discounted on a online Canadian retailer. I believe the retailer wasn't one that I was familiar with, but it was called Wood for Sheep, kind of like a Catan style reference. And I found that through a website called the Board Game Oracle. I'll put a link in the description of this video after the fact. But Board Game Oracle is essentially it's a price comparer, and it shows me, if I type in a board game, it shows me all the different places that have access to Board Game Oracle and whether or not they have it in stock and what the current listing price is for the game. And I saw that Wood for Sheep had theirs on for sale, and so I picked it up. So I am really, really excited. It is designed by Isaac Vega and published by Plaid Games. And those names are very familiar to me because Isaac Vega, he was the lead designer. He was the designer of the original iteration of Ashes. Ashes, Rise of the Phoenix Born, now Ashes Reborn. So, and that has become easily a top 10 favorite card game for me. And I see that his name is on the design of this box. I'm all in. So let's take a look at Starship Samurai here. So, and as you can see here, it's got nice big Gundam style miniatures on this game and everything. The Galactic Empire Hoshi has died, and the tenuous peace she forged among the interstellar clans of the Lotus Galaxy has collapsed. In the wake of this chaos, you, the leader of a powerful and influential clan, must bring honor to your people and claim the galactic throne. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of stuff going on. Let's take a look at what's going on inside. I'm going to try to like that. Let's take a look at what's going on inside. I wasn't a big Gundam fan or anything like that, but hey, I really do like the art styles. And the gameplay just looks so nifty and good that it looks too good to offer. So we've got the rule book. Stop. If you want to teach you how to play this game, visit plaidhatgames.com, which is always really handy. It's actually a smaller rule book than I was imagining for this. Let's just take a quick peek here. Okay, yeah, so it's got a little list of components, our setup, round sequence, moving, drawing cards, battle phases, resolution. card. Oh, okay, and then there's doesn't look like a super complex rule set, actually. I was thinking something a little bit more, what they refer to as heavy, but yeah, Dom, I'm really thinking that this is looking like a really, really fantastic art style that I can really get behind here. So awesome. Let's take a look at what we got. Looks like we got some sort of little kind of like initiative board here. Some tracks we're going to go up here as we're probably trying to gain some influence in different regions. Yeah, seems pretty good. And then looks like, oh, we got all of our punch boards here. All of our punch boards are just sealed in plastic. I will open those up in a second here. Baggy. Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness gracious. These miniatures are just kind of they're just kind of loosey goosey inside the box. That's not boding well. These things were banging around. Oh gosh. Yeah, look at these things. That looks great. Oh man. That's so cool. And nice quality too. Nice thick plastic. Oh man, this is easily blown my expectations away. Look at this guy. Some sort of big massive battle axe gun thing. I'm not even, what is going, oh my goodness gracious. That is awesome. Oh. This is sweet. I think this was worth it just for the miniatures alone. Take a look at this guy. Got some sort of massive sword. That's amazing. Let's see what this guy's got going on here. Big old sword. Starship Samurais. So far pretty neat. Oh, we got some sort of like general, if you got Star Wars references, some sort of General Grievous multi-arm thingamajigger going on here. That's pretty cool. A more traditional style. And oh my goodness gracious, yeah. Look at the styles of these miniatures. They are amazing. And the level of detail that they got on these, it's actually impressive. I just wish they were a little bit better protected inside the box here, but hey, they obviously held up in during shipping and whatnot. That has to speak to the style or the quality of their production, because man, that's great. Okay, what do we got going on over here? It looks like we got some card. Oh yeah, let's open up some of these cards. Oh, okay. This channel used to be Mr. Rau's Gaming Rants and Reviews. Here's a rant. Is it so hard when they package up a pack of cards? Why don't they always put the little pull tab? Why don't they always put the little pull tab on the pack of cards so that I can easily get into this pack of cards? I can never get inside these packs of cards. Oh my gosh. Because just based on the first one here, the first card, look at that art. That is, yeah, about Autobot saying vouch. Yeah. Does it cost extra? It can't cost extra to get the little pull tabs on the cards. There we go. I finally got a little bit of a break here. I might have torn a card by accident. That kind of sucks. But was just trying to get this stupid. See Plaid Hat. Now I kind of got a little bit of a dent on my top of my card here, but I guess I'll have to live with it for today. Look at the art on these cards. These are fantastic. I don't even know what these cards do, but the art on them is. I want these as prints. Look at that Kyokai Satellite City. That thing looks cool. Sakura Moon Fortress. The Tengoku Tower. Oh, wow. Mirai Sphere Colonies. Like, the art on these cards is, look at that, the Genbu Asteroid. My. Okay, I don't know what these cards actually do in this game, but I am a fan of them. That I want the art. I want the art on them. These look like more cards, and again, we do not have the nice little pull tab to get them open, but the thicker the stack of cards is, sometimes it's a little bit easier to kind of get a little bit of a. What actually I probably should have is just like a little small little pair of scissors down here. Pardon me. Or you just kind of grab on a corner with your teeth and open it up. I'm assuming these are just, oh yeah, so they got the word battle on them, so it looks like these are kind of like battle cards. Elite General, so they all have the same art. Change Strategy all have the same art. A Wedding, for some odd reason. Ignite. Supply Attack. Host. And again, the art that they put on these cards is super cool. The art that they put on these cards is super cool. I like that. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. So these must be just the cards that we will play during battles and whatnots. Oh, these might be the. Oh, these are the characters. These ones are the characters. We got Oda, Shingen, Hayoshi, Mori, Masumun. Oh, and then some fighter ships. Did I miss any of the other characters? Oh, I must have missed some there. The Gozen and Temito, Morotada. I'm actually going to put those towards the top here so I remember where they are. They probably just. Yeah, thanks, Dom. There. I hate the no pull tabs because, yeah, no pull tabs equals frustrated Mr. Rau trying to get into the card packs. Okay, we got some little ships here that are obviously going to also help with. They're probably going to go do some things. And there's one for each of the. I'm assuming you just kind of get a player color. And then these look like some ships. Some small little fighter ships that you can that you'll gain control of, and there looks like there's a whole bunch of them in each of the colors. Pretty neat. I'll put those in there. Put those there. I'll just stack the cards into the little card well here. Actually, the big thick cards don't go in there just perfectly. That's okay. Okay. I guess the punch boards. We didn't get to the punch boards yet. Oh, yes, because inside the punch boards, these are generally sometimes a little bit easier to get into. Where is it here? Come on. Pull tab. Come on. Pull tab. I kind of created my own pull tab. Where are you? There we go. it's important to note how tough it is to get inside some of this plastic. My goodness gracious. It's probably easier to break into Fort Knox than to get into these plastic things. All right, so we've got, okay, it's easy to punch out because it's punching out very, very easily. And these are the tiles that we would be using to create the board and the planets that we are trying to, vie over. Okay, I'll probably just punch those ones out. I'll leave these ones. I'll punch these ones out in a little bit. These just look like just some of our generic tokens and resources that we're going to be gaining here. So again, oh my goodness, that's just fall. I actually like this. It's pretty easy to punch out when they all just kind of just like fall out. Oh, and these look like our player. Oh, look, these just look like our player boards. And it looks like some orders that we can give, and we can like our cards that we can play. Give us some slots here. That's actually pretty nice. This one just fell right out. And again, I'll put those ones on. Oh, okay, and there we go. I'll punch all that out and some more player. So actually, minimal code. Like the components here don't actually look. There's not a lot of them. And these are our planet tiles that we will kind of put in play for our different games. Okay, that's what's all inside of a game of Starship Samurai. It's looking pretty. I'm like I said, dig the art. The art is so cool. Again, from the little bit that I've read about this game, the combat style of the game looks pretty neat. It gets compared. David from the All Games New and Old YouTube show made some comparisons to some slight comparisons to, say, a game like Blood Rage, which is like a Viking style game of, a Viking style combat game. Really intrigued by what's going on inside this one. Those miniatures look fantastic. Those were worth the price right from the get-go. I'm just going to put these tiles kind of like set them in here like that, kind of like that. And I'll put the rest of this stuff kind of just on top here. I'm going to I'll reorganize everything after the stream ends here. You can see that already I'm getting close to my 1 hour mark, which is kind of like the goal. I was kind of aiming for a 1 hour style of show here. But I do have to share that not only did I get Starship Samurai, but at the same time, because it was also on sale, was that I also picked up the Starship Samurai Shattered Alliances expansion, which adds a couple more characters that you can see and a whole bunch of new cards that you can shuffle into the deck. So I believe it's one of these expansions that can be easily incorporated into the main game here. So I also had to pick up the two new, I guess not new, but I guess it warranted enough that there was a single expansion to this game. All right, I am getting close to the end of my, I'm just going to bring it over here. Again, I'm going to get my, where am I going? Here we go. This is the one. Nailed it. First try. And I am going to actually switch this back over to the my websites, because my little bit of news is that what I want to share with us today is that there was a new pandemic system game that was announced just this week. It looks absolutely bonkers. I have thoughts, I have feelings about what this style of game is going to be. Of course, if you don't know, Pandemic is one of the biggest and best-selling cooperative games of all time. And now, well, here I'll just bring it up. What are you talking about? They have now come out that Z-Man Games has announced there's going to be a Star Wars Clone Wars game, a new board game from Z-Man Games and Asmodee, and they've stacked it on that it is going to have the pandemic system, which it means it's going to be cooperative. It's going to have some sort of events. You're going to be trying to eradicate things or try to save the galaxy, I guess in this case. Yeah, let's just take a look at this. Maybe I'm going to try to zoom in. Can I zoom in here? 1 second. Zoom. There we go. Yeah. So a galaxy's at war. We can traverse the galaxy where iconic Jedi heroes utilize the familiar gameplay mechanics of the Pandemic series. There it is. These combined with the beloved story and character elements of Star Wars bring you a unique experience with Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Planets under siege populate the game board as players take on the role of legendary Jedi, traveling from battle to battle, teaming up and fighting off the separatist threat. Battle droids attack on sight. A planet invaded too many will fall under blockade, hindering Jedi from liberating it. Oh my gosh. And then here's kind of like the game board that you're going to see. Yeah, so all the systems, planets, all kind of interconnected here in style. Yeah. Star Wars. Common with Star Wars. Yeah. Let's keep taking a look here. Looks like some sort of event dice down there. All of the cards, and of course if it's a pandemic system, you're going to be, collecting cards to neutralize threats and everything. But a lot of these cards have a lot of text on them, more so than for a pandemic system. I can kind of see up there in the left-hand corner there looks like there's like a Darth Maul card. So maybe there's also like bigger bads than just like battle droids that are going on here. Let's see it. Keep going here. The Way of the Jedi. Oh yeah, here we go. So look, we've got some boss cards here like Maul and Grievous. And we got Obi-Wan. Of course, we're going to have Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ahsoka. Oh, it looks like we got a Ventress miniature there as well as Grievous. Battling for the Republic. Can you save the galaxy and bring an end to the war? The exciting new pandemic system game will release October 2022. So that's actually just right around the corner here. That's right around the corner here. You can pick it up on our web store or from your local game store or from a Target near you. And if I go up here to the... I was going to say, I thought there was something here that I can click on. Let's see here, shop. Can I go to shop? I'm just going to go to shop here. Pandemic. No. Okay. I was just trying to find, because I thought I definitely saw a Star Wars Pandemic. There it is. Pre-order page. There it is. Okay, so carrying an MSRP price of $60. The cover looks okay. Yeah, I've seen better. And then there's just some stock images. Can I see the back of the box here? Do we get more? Can we see more of the... Oh, yeah, there we go. I can kind of see a little bit better of a Maul. And what is that? Is that Count Dooku? That's probably Count Dooku. I'm assuming, yeah, if this is Clone Wars style, we've probably got Maul, Ventress, Dooku, Grievous as our big bads. And then, yeah, there's all of our heroes. Anakin, Kenobi, probably Windu, Ahsoka, Yoda. Okay. So, thought I announced that. There was some pretty big news that got dropped on us this past week. And it looks like this game is coming to our retail shelves relatively soon. This one, look, oh, I think it says right here. It's saying October 7th. October 7th. So that's right around. That's only just a couple weeks away here. That Star Wars The Clone Wars, a Pandemic Systems game, it's coming. Try to go back here. So there we go. I didn't even realize that my FaceTime camera wasn't on. Ha! All right. Well, I think that's going to bring to a close the very first episode of Talking Tabletop with Mr. Rau. Thank you, everybody, for joining me in this whirlwind of adventure of an episode. I'm sure it could have went a lot smoother. I could have had a lot more things to talk about, or not. I really don't know. I'm just gonna there we go. Do that and do that. If you're enjoying the content that is on this channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Every subscriber really helps this channel get notified. On that note, also hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I go live. I am going live every Tuesday and Thursday evenings. Tuesday nights, I'm actually playing games. This upcoming Tuesday, I'm going to be playing a game with my good friend Norm from the Garboard Conjecture podcast. We're going to be playing Wingspan on Board Game Arena and checking out that new implementation. And then every Thursday night, we're going to be doing this now. We're going to be talking tabletop, doing things like what's new to my collection. I might unbox something, talk about some news, talk about some crowdfunding, whatever is coming on my mind, and whatever the chat is actually interested in. So, great stream, Mr. Rau. Have a good rest of your evening. Thank you very much, Autobot. Thank you, Mr. Rau, for the Thursday night stream. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. It's been a blast, and I am actually going to go and get a little bit of sleep before our big retreat tomorrow, where I'm going to introduce. I guess I should fill up my. I guess I should play. Or I guess I should pack up a whole bunch of games for us to play, because that is going to be a lot of fun. So, have a great night, everybody. And I will see you hopefully on Tuesday night, where we'll be playing Wingspan. And then next Thursday, another episode of Talking Tabletop. Good night, y'all. And of course, I have no idea what is going on. How do I stop? Oh, there we go. Stop the stream.